Hello students. In the last lecture we have seen two natural resources. One was air and second was water. Now in this lecture we are going to learn the third natural resource, that is land. Land is seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. All terrestrial animals, including man, live on the land. Some terrestrial dig burrows in the ground for shelter, like mice or snake or rabbit. They live in burrows. This means that they use land for fulfilling their need. We also use land for farming and for building houses and roads. We make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on the land. The mineral, crude oil and natural gas obtained from the earth, that is from the land only, are very important for us. It means that land is an important resource. Let us see exactly what land is made of. As you know that we are getting food from plants and that plants grow on the land. We are using the land for building houses or for constructing the roads. We are getting minerals and crude oils from the land only, right? Okay. Let's try this. Take a transparent plastic bottle, a handful of soil, some stones, sand, some dry leaves and water. Cut off the upper tapering part of the bottle. Put the rest of the materials in the lower part and add water. You have to take one plastic bottle, then you have to cut the upper tapering part of that bottle, and then you have to put in that bottle soil, stones, sand and some dry leaves and water. Okay. Stir the mixture thoroughly and put aside. Observe it the next day and answer. How does the mixture in the bottle look now? The mixture in the bottle looks like this. The big stones will settle at the bottom. Above that there will be small stone. On the small stones there will be a layer of sand, and above the sand there will be a layer of soil, and the dry leaves or the other garbage or other things, dead material of the plants, will be at the top. How does the mixture in the bottle looks now? Do you see layers in it? Yes, we can see layers in that. What is seen in the different layers from top to bottom? Here it is given to you. It will look like this: layers of the mixture in the bottle. The land on the earth also looks like this. If a pipeline is being laid in your neighborhood, observe carefully the pits dug for this purpose. You will see some layers under the land surface as shown in the accompanying figure. Like this you can see. What you will see: bedrock, layer of soil and small rocks, immature soil and humus. Humus is the topmost layer. Okay. If the land has mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains of plants and animals. This layer is called humus. Whatever dead plant material may be there, or dead animals remains may be there, that is decomposed by the microorganisms, and the layer of one layer is formed there. That layer is known as humus. It is usually found in dense forest where the dead remains of plants are more. Their humus is the layer which is we are knowing humus is thick. The land below this is full of sand, soil, small stones, worms, and insects. Soil and pieces of bedrock are found below this layer of land. This soil is immature. Further below this layer, the proportion of soil decreases and that of rock increases. The last layer is of the bedrock. This layer is a layer of bedrock. The main minerals in the soil are derived from these rocks. After breaking of the rocks only the soil is formed. That is why soil in different regions is different. The color and texture of the soil are both determined by the bedrock. Whatever material is present in the bedrock, that is responsible for the color and texture of the soil. The process of soil formation. How the soil is formed? The soil on the land is formed by a natural process. The biotic components of soil are supplied through the weathering of the bedrock. Due to heat, cold and water of the sun, wind and rain respectively, the bedrock breaks down into pieces. Due to excessive heat, excessive cold and heat of the sun, wind and water, because of that the bedrock breaks down into pieces. And by breaking, stones, sand and soil are formed from these pieces. Microbes, worms and insects are found. Among them, rodents like mice and rats are also found there. The roots of trees growing on the land also help weathering of rocks. The process of soil formation is slow and continuous. It takes about 1,000 years for a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of mature soil to form. As you know that 2.5 centimeter means 1 inch. If 1 inch of the soil layer is to be formed, then we have to wait for this process up to thousands of years. It takes about 1,000 years to form the 2.5 centimeter thick layer of the mature soil. Okay. And what are responsible for the formation of the soil? Microbes, worms, insects, rodents like mice, rat, even roots of the trees are responsible for the weathering of the rocks. Okay. Soil can get destroyed in a short period due to floods, storms and human activities such as mining. That is why it is necessary to conserve soil and to prevent erosion of land. The best remedy for this is to increase the green cover on the land. Means you have to plant more trees on the land. Okay. Erosion of land is reduced if grass, trees and bushes are grown in it, because the roots of trees or roots of grass and bushes hold the soil firmly and therefore they stop the erosion of the soil. Obtain specimens of soil from various places in your surroundings, such as your own yard, a garden, hills, river bank, fields and rocky ground. Note the differences in the specimens with respect to color, feel, texture and size of the particles. Here activity is given to you that you have to collect soil from different places and you have to compare these specimens soils for the color, feel, texture and size of the particles. Do you know? Humus is the layer formed on soil due to the decomposition of dead plants and animals by microbes. Humus supplies nutrients to the soil as it is made from the dead remains of the plants and animals. It is supplying the nutrients to the soil. Humus is also important for aerating the soil and for holding water in the soil. The proportion of humus in the upper layer of good fertile soil is about 33% to 50%. If the percentage of humus in the soil is about 33% to 50%, then the soil is good fertile soil. Okay. Use your brain power. What are the what are the constituents of soil? Classify them as biotic and abiotic constituents. Biotic means which are due to the which are living things, and abiotic means which are non-living things. Okay, this question you have to solve. Forest on land got buried underground due to the great upheavals that took place on the earth many years ago. After that, the process of formation of fossil fuels from the remains of living things took place underground. We get fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, and other useful materials like tar and wax from the fossil fuels called crude oil. See, thousands or lakhs of years ago, forests on the land got buried underground due to the natural phenomenon, and due to the heat and pressure they got converted into fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, paraffin, kerosene, etc. And nowadays we are using them as a fuel. Living things use land, water and air available on the earth, so does man. However, the proportion of these resources that are actually put to use are very small as compared to the whole earth. Look at the following table. Land is 29%, potable water or fresh water is 0.3%, and oxygen, that is 21%. Even in these small proportions, the resources shown in the above table are sufficient for living things. Only it is very necessary for man to control his greed. Man is using excessively the natural resources. In other words, he must use these resources judiciously with the awareness that they are meant for all other living things and not just for mankind. Institutions at work. India Meteorological Department, that is IMI, was established in 1875 for studying the weather in the Indian subcontinent. The main function of this institute is to observe the weather and to make weather forecast. This institute also conducts research related to changes in weather, makes forecast about rains, and studies the developments related to global warming. As you know, during the rainy seasons, we get the news on the news channels that within 2 or 3 days there will be heavy rain, or there will be snowfall, or there will be very heavy rain within a short period. So these news we are getting due to the IMI. Okay. So what we have learnt in this lesson? The elements available in nature which fulfill the basic needs of living things are called natural resources. Air, water and land are important natural resources. Soil has both biotic and abiotic constituents. There are many constituents of air such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, inert gases, water vapor and dust particles. The ozone layer is a protective shell of the earth. Natural resources should be used carefully and sparingly. We should use natural resources very carefully as they are going to deplete. Okay. So this lesson is over. Now you have to read the lesson carefully and you have to solve the objective questions. Objective questions means fill in the blanks, true or false, match the pairs, whatever it will be. Okay. Thank you students. Have a nice day.